What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Let's Play series. My name is Sudoxe, you guys are the Puffer Posse, and in today's video I actually have a couple of updates to go ahead and show you guys real quick. Let me go and actually get these arrows out of the way. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I had a couple emeralds in my inventory there. There's been a couple updates to the base. First and foremost, I actually added some chests down here by the enchantment table. Just some random enchanted books I'm working on. These are mostly caught from fishing. I had villagers here that I was going to do a little trading haul. They died, hence why there's nothing there. I had a Fortune 3 guy. I had an Efficiency 5. I had our OG librarian who had Infinity and Silk Touch. That was very nice. If we go and we actually head back in here, though, we actually did manage to get a Mending guy. As you can tell, my Fortune 3 pickaxe now has Mending. Let me see if I can find him real quick. I think he likes to hide in this room for some reason. Let me see if it's maybe this guy. Nope, that's our Silk Touch guy. Yeah, we got it. So we still have a couple good enchantments. Thorns 3. What's this guy have? Mending. This is the Mending guy. Yeah, so right now our best enchantment is going to be Mending for 32 emeralds, which isn't terrible. See if we have any good things right now. Piercing, not really great. Knockback, Protection 4. That's actually pretty good, but 56 emeralds. Oh wow, that's expensive. But if we did want to get fully enchanted diamond armor, we could do Protection 4 and the Mending. That's pretty good. Anyway, point being, I'm working on getting a little bit of a trading hall set up so that I can get my tools all ready. There was a bunch of raids happening. I kept experimenting with getting raids, and I figured out you gotta get the bad omen effect and walk into a village. Trouble being, our village technically is down here pretty low in the ground. So the raid was spawning in caves, and unfortunately also spawning inside our base. And that's how our little trading hall here died. But I also couldn't really finish the raids because I couldn't find the illagers. I was having a lot of trouble. So anyway, I think I'm going to, from now on, if I get a bad omen, go to a different village and do the raid above ground, because doing it when they're spawning in caves is horrible. Another little update, got some pumpkins going. I think I'm going to make like a nice pumpkin farm today just because I want to get a lot of emeralds, and it seems that trading 6 pumpkins for 1 emerald is probably one of the best things we can do currently, so we're going to be working on that today. I did actually have an iron golem around here. I'm not sure where he wandered off to. He was over here somewhere. I had him above ground. I actually was reading that apparently iron golems, if they're close enough to members of a raid, they'll actually just look in their direction. So I placed a guy up here, and he might have gotten himself killed. I hope that's not the case, but I guess unless we find him wandering around, we'll never know. Yeah, I'm going to assume he's dead because I can't seem to find him. But there's another update that I have to show you guys, and it's I found a zombie spawner basically on the surface, which is pretty cool. It's actually just like right over here. And I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and forsake our other zombie spawner and turn this one into our XP farm just because it's so close. It's right over here. Is this the right spot? This is not the right spot. Hold on. Let me get to the right spot. Okay, so this is the right spot. So it's actually an entrance right over here, which, as you can tell, are little B areas right over there. But come on down this way, walk around the corner, and the spawner's right here. It's Y = 63. That's pretty nice. So I'm just going to quickly show you guys what's actually in the chests. Not a whole lot, but some horse armor. That's not terrible. But I think off camera, I'm going to turn that into an XP farm, unless you guys want to see that, but chances are, I'll do it probably after I upload this video, so you guys really don't have a choice. But anyway, there is going to be a few things I want to work on today, and I think first and foremost is going to be organization. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm not organized. I have chests completely everywhere, and I really, really need to go ahead and actually get this stuff sorted because it's pretty horrible. Alright guys, just to be a little bit silly, I'm thinking we actually go ahead and we actually put the storage facility behind our nether portal. I think that's kind of an interesting idea. So I'm just working on it back here. I've got myself some smooth stone. We'll worry about decorating a little bit later. I know I always say that, and it seems like I never actually get around to decorating, but I promise I will start decorating soon. I just want to get my infrastructure set up, so that's, getting my tools set up, getting my storage system set up, some of my automated farms. But anyway, I actually have a story to share with you guys today because I know you guys like story time. I know that I certainly do. So this is something that literally just happened to me, and I still a little frustrated with it, but I'm kind of laughing at the same time. So I drive a 2007 Honda Civic. Pretty standard, it was cheap, pretty reliable. But anyway, the car keys are atrocious. Well, at least the aftermarket ones are. I'm not actually sure if the OEM ones are pretty good. But the aftermarket ones are pretty terrible. And the reason I say this is that for some reason the plastic housing for the battery and the transponder, you can't really open it that easily without breaking it if you want to replace the battery. So the battery has been dying on me for a little while now. And all I wanted to do was go ahead and change the battery. Now, of course, I've attempted this in the past, and every time I go ahead and I attempt this, I break the housing, and I have basically a broken plastic housing for my key, and it's a whole lot of fun to go ahead and actually try to use. Usually I try to super glue it together, which will hold for a little bit, but eventually break. And in the end, I end up breaking down and buying another blank and getting it, remade by a locksmith. I mean, the blanks are pretty cheap, and, between getting the blank and going ahead and actually getting it rekeyed, it costs maybe $50, so it's not too bad. It's happened to me maybe 2 times, out of me owning the car for 5 years. It's not terrible. But anyway, because of the annoying experience of doing that in the past, I decided to, kind of just be lazy about going and replacing the battery, especially since the battery and the key fob, it seemed to, not be completely dead. It goes ahead and if I shake it around a little bit, it'll work again. Well, unfortunately, I was at the grocery store, and I went in, and I went ahead and I bought some meat, and key was acting up a little bit, but, I finally got it in the car, and then I go ahead and I drive to the next store. This was a Walmart I drove to, and I go in Walmart, no issues. I come out, I can't unlock the car. I'm sitting there for probably 25 minutes, and I cannot unlock the car. Now, of course, during this, the local homeless man is walking up to me trying to get some money out of me, so I'm just a little bit uncomfortable in general, and my car just won't open because this key cannot unlock the door. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to say, well, why don't you just use the physical cut key to actually unlock the door, instead of using the remote? Well, for some reason on this key, it just won't. It won't open the door, even with the physical key. I don't know why. Somehow it's tied to the battery. I don't understand why, I'll be honest with you. I don't know really too much about cars. I've, done a couple things on my car here and there. Like I've switched out the clutch in my AC compressor. That's probably the most in-depth thing I've done. I've, changed out my stereo system and some speakers in my car. But that's mostly me just YouTubing stuff and going ahead and, hoping I don't break anything and ultimately succeeding somehow with pure luck. So I really don't understand why, but for some reason the physical key wasn't unlocking the door either. I guess it required the battery to be powering it as well. Not going to really delve into that, just understand it was not working. I did definitely try to go ahead and use it, it was not working. Anyway, after about me sitting there for about half an hour trying to unlock my car door with a dead remote, I finally gave up and decided to walk home. Now, I could have Ubered or something, but I really don't live that far away from the store. It was about a 10-minute walk. So I went ahead and I just, started walking home. Hoping I can hurry up because I do have raw meat in the car from the first grocery store. So after 10 minutes, I go and I get home. My dog needs to go out, so I walk her real quick. And I go looking for my spare key. Now, I have probably 2 or 3 separate spare keys. Now, I say spare, they really are just old keys that are broken that I've kind of glued together that doesn't really work too well. But there's a chance it could at least unlock the door. So I go ahead and I find 2 of them. Both do not function. The light indicator that tells me if the battery is alive was not turning on. So I'm going to assume that the battery was dead in those. Now, I brought them with me just in case when I went back to the car, but I didn't want to just take that risk of getting back there to find out that I still can't open the door. Now, thankfully, I actually did have a blank key still in my toolbox from the last time I got my car keyed. Obviously, it's not programmed with the transponder, and the key is not cut for the car. However, as silly as it is, it has a working battery. So, my genius idea was to go ahead and actually open the blank key, go ahead and take out the battery, and transplant it into the dead key. Now, that sounds simple, but it wasn't because, like I told you before, these cheap keys the housings are glued shut, and if you go ahead and you even attempt to open them, they kind of just shatter on you. So here I am going ahead and attempting to Frankenstein my way back into having a working key. It took me half an hour, and having to go ahead and basically tape my key back together because I shattered it. Obviously that was going to happen. But eventually I got a key that works. It's completely ugly. It is actually taped back together with electrical tape, but it functions. It has my old transponder, so it's, programmed for my car. It has the correct cut key, so I can start my car. The only trouble, like I said, is that the plastic housing is basically broken. So I go ahead and I walk back to my car, again, 10 minutes away, not too bad. And as I'm getting up there, I start crossing my fingers and I hope and I hope and I hope that it's going to work. And thankfully it does. So I was able to get back to my car and drive home. And after all this, I find out the meat's gone bad. Well, it might be okay, but I don't really know if I want to risk it. We were going to make pulled pork. The meat was sitting in my car for 2 hours total, out of refrigeration. And although it wasn't really that warm of a day, I really don't want to risk it. So I'm just going to go ahead and just assume that it's bad. I'm actually going to leave it in the fridge, let the girlfriend decide for herself. Just because it was a little pricey. I don't want to, just throw it away if it maybe is okay. She's better at telling if things are bad. I most of the time don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So anyway, I'm going to let her decide. But I am fairly certain after this adventure, the meat was bad. And thus concludes story time. I will go ahead and I will eventually just get a new key. I got to buy a new blank. Hopefully a better blank than I bought last time because these are cheap as hell and maybe I can find something a little bit nicer. And hopefully I'll learn my lesson to not be lazy next time and actually, take care of the battery in the remote if I notice it's dying. Because it's not like it just happened. It's been, dying for probably 3 weeks now. Anyway, I think this is going to be about the size of the storage room. This looks pretty big, and honestly it is, and it's probably way overkill. But I wanted to build something I won't really grow out of, if possible. So this is the solution right now. I'm going to go ahead and actually keep the roofs this high, because I'll probably have chests going up. What is this, 6 high? 5 high? 5 high. This top section will have to be air, because I'm not going to put an upside down staircase or anything. That's too much work. So, and we'll have a 5 high chest. Eventually, at a future time, I will actually invest in doing a sorting system. Now is not that time. I simply do not have enough iron for that. I'll have to wait until I get an iron farm going. And actually, while I'm working on this, another piece of notable news is that I actually went ahead and I managed to get myself to 4,000 hours of watch time. So although it doesn't affect you guys at all, I'm excited because it does mean I can actually monetize my videos on this channel. I've applied for monetization. Obviously, YouTube has to go and approve it. The whole process takes about a month, apparently. But hopefully in about a month's time, I will actually be making money off of ad revenue, which, again, doesn't affect you guys, but just means it makes this a little bit easier for me to do because I'll actually be getting a little bit of financial return on the videos, which will just make it a little bit easier for me to actually produce videos. So again, although that won't really affect you guys at all, it's pretty cool for me. For me, it kind of just feels like I'm succeeding somehow. Again, not really sure how, but it feels like I'm succeeding. It encourages me to go ahead and try to grow as much as possible. And also just makes it a little bit easier for me to go and produce content because it means I'm a little bit more financially viable as a channel. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's like witches around. It sounds like there's like ground and witches. I need to find them. I'm assuming this is probably that hidden cave I could not find for the life of me during the raid. But if they continue to be that obnoxious, I'm going to go crazy. And I think this here is actually going to be the roof of our storage. So just so that there's no dripping, I'm actually just going to cover this up with some dirt. Alright, so I have a couple of chests here. Not nearly enough to start with, but it's something. I'm just going to go and actually just slowly farm some wood, I think. And once I get this place entirely filled up with chests, I think I will return to you guys. Oh yeah, probably important to note, I actually did finally finish the collect all wood type project. I have oak saplings, birch, acacia, jungle, spruce, and dark oak. So that just means I'm going to be farming that a little bit, and that's going to help us with our more decorative builds because I like having a lot of options, and I'm sure you guys do too. Alright guys, well I went ahead and actually got done one half of the storage room, and I'm starting to realize I think I'm being a little bit ridiculous with how many chests I was going to build. I don't know if there's honestly a point to making storage this big. Maybe I'll stick with it, I don't know. I kind of already built the room, so I probably will just stick with it. But I guess we'll be organized. That's a good thing. There's 80 double chests on this side, and there'll be a total of 160 once I complete the room. I'm not sure if I want to use signs or if I want to use item frames. I don't want to cause too much lag with item frames, and I'm kind of afraid that if I put all item frames, I will cause a lot of lag. But yeah, I'm gonna probably start sorting some stuff for now, and maybe eventually I put another row over here. But obviously certain items will get multiple chests, and maybe like this whole first row will be cobblestone. Maybe dirt, maybe sand, you know, things I want to have a lot of bulk of. So I'm going to start organizing and I'll get back to you guys. Alright guys, it's been a little bit. I'm not entirely done. There's actually quite a bit still in here, but this is taking absolutely forever. So I'm just going to do this between episodes. But to go and actually show you guys the start, I'm going to put a couple of chests on this side for now. But what I'm thinking is we'll do this entirely cobblestone up here. So as you can tell, I just have it set up. This is about how much cobblestone we have at the moment. This entire run will be just stone, just because I'll probably be mining quite a bit with the Silk Touch pickaxe once I get mending on it. We have here some diorite, some andesite, some granite, dirt, gravel. We're going to do some sand here. We got some sandstone and sandstone blocks. If we come down here at the back, we have some of the passive mob drops. So like chicken eggs, feathers, raw chicken, etc. So that's what these two rows are here. These two rows here are actually going to go ahead and be, two columns, will actually be hostile mob drops. This one over here is going to be pretty much just like fish. So like salmon there, pufferfish, cod. Eventually I'm going to have, you know, maybe some goodies here, maybe like some iron, gold, diamonds, maybe some crops over here. Over here I put maybe some like weird stuff, so like I have my saddles over here. Not really sure about what other stuff I'm going to keep, but maybe like different dyes. Kind of got to decide how I'm going to do it. I'm using item frames for now. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it just because, like I said, I don't want too much lag, and I know they do cause some lag. But we will go ahead and we will decide that for later. There is a lot to do. I have so much in these chests still. So I'm going to save that for the rest of the off-camera work. And like I was saying earlier, probably one of the best ways we're actually getting emeralds in this world is probably going to be pumpkins for right now. So I went ahead and actually got a whole bunch of pumpkin seeds, and also the cartographers like paper, so I've got some sugarcane. And I don't know if I showed you guys this, but I have a little bit of an automated sugarcane farm back here. But it is slow. So we're going to go and we're actually going to build something a little bit bigger, but it's going to be manual for right now, just because I don't have a lot of iron. But I want to go ahead and be able to harvest a lot of pumpkins and a lot of sugarcane. So we're going to build something above ground that will allow us to do exactly that. Alright guys, so I went and actually built up the little pumpkin farm here and a little bit of a sugarcane farm. Just something to help me actually get emeralds. Again, I'll make automated ones eventually. I realize now though that I made a mistake with my pumpkin farm. I should have actually went ahead and purposely done, 2 stalks, 2 empty, 2 stalks, 2 empty. So this problem would not happen where 2 stalks are connecting to 1 pumpkin, which means of course that the one that grew is fine, but the one that's attached now that did not grow the pumpkin originally is not going to grow another pumpkin until obviously I harvest it. So essentially I've reduced efficiency by about 50%. I'll have to fix that at some point, but right now I'm too lazy. I'll fix it off camera, probably between episodes. But the sugarcane farm is up here as well. And eventually I'm just going to make this a little land bridge so I can actually get over to this side and not have to worry about swimming, which will be nice. But anyway, guys, I think this is going to have to be it for today, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this, please consider dropping a like. If you guys want to see more things like this, please consider subscribing. Consider supporting me on Patreon, and I will see you guys next time, so take care, and bye-bye.